and within the universe's divine essence, a loving, omnipresent, and inclusive presence expresses fully in every soul. Each person is a living temple of God, and our sacred practice is to see and express the divine in ourselves and in all life. This is love in action. We affirm a unified world where no one is excluded, no soul is opposed by darkness, and no power stands outside of love. We equally believe in the urgency to awaken humanity to the good news of their redemption, a divine invitation to rise from the inferior expression of life to the most radiant, attractive, and abundant life possible. Our calling is to embody this truth and co-create a reality where spirit flows freely, purposefully, and powerfully. Stay connected with us, live aligned, love deeply, and flow divinely. Father, Mother, God, the embodying presence of all life, may the forces in me now become just and attentive to divine prompting, that I may always be awake to the power of your spiritual presence. Father, Mother, God, live my entire life in the conscious union with you, renewing me daily in the spirit of love, forgiveness, and fullness of joy. From this body temple in which you live, let your good will shine forth through my aura, redeeming, consecrating, and perfecting all I see, touch, and relate with. All of the holy thoughts of my Father, Mother, God, take the wings of the wind, and the flash of lightning minister as angels to my soul. God, you are the light, the power, and eternal blessing. In you I live always, and to you be the all glory forever. In the center of the universe, within the vastness of my soul, I evoke thee to come forth, O God of all life, all wisdom, all power, all love, and all splendor to flourish for my laudable undertaking.
Last night I went to a restaurant that's open.
I am one of thee, O great spirit of spirits, because the fullness of you embodies my soul. Let your power, love, and presence shine radiantly through me, guiding all my ways and divine ambitions to reveal the brightness of your day. Abiding in the center of you, most adorable God, my will and courage are energized by a dream of beauty and power. My ways are filled with holy influence and sacred expression to all your divine attributes within me. In union with you, as your power always works through me, nothing in the entire universe opposes my good. All things work for the fulfillment of my will. The spirit of the air is ministering the life presence of God to me, renewing my soul, mind, and body. The spirit of the fire is ministering God's transforming and transmutating grace through me, making me bright as I absorb holy learning from pain. The spirit of the water is ministering God's restoring grace from my life, and I am ever purified and reborn with the fullness of God's presence. The spirit of the earth is ministering God's stabilizing love in my soul. In the fullness of my Godhood, I'm radiantly perfect in the midst of the element. I successfully create my will to the glory of God. O God, the flame of your divine love and wisdom purifies my mind and will. In you become health, my soul, mind, and body. All of life is assembled, a work of my highest good, and my life is becoming the never-ending, ever-revealing glory of your mighty, magic presence. I take authority over my life and bless every condition I go through to reveal the greater goods in my life. To you, O Father, Mother, God, the Most Holy, who is the vastness of my soul, be all praise and glory throughout the ages. To your name be the might and power without end. Amen. Why do you sit down? Why don't you sit downstairs and eat?
Amen and amen. God bless you, Joshua. And every one of you for being part of today's service. As I welcome each one of us to this sacred space of peace, purpose, and divine alignment, I want you to close your eyes if you can, allowing your body to soften. Take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. Again, inhale deeply, receiving the breath of life. And exhale fully, releasing all tension and mental noise. With each breath, you are coming home to the stillness, to the presence, and to the infinite now. We allow ourselves to draw from the mind into the heart space, becoming aware of the sacred presence that is always here. This is the presence of pure spirit, divine intelligence, infinite one, by whatever name you choose, God, source, or divine love. We are not seeking to become spiritual. We are remembering that we are spirit beings, using physical experience or human experience for grand spiritual explosion. And in this remembrance, we realign with the truth of our being, whole, worthy, empowered, connected. We are not here to get something. We are here knowing that we are source power embodied, forever unfolding as magnificence, cosmic excellence, and satisfaction. And by this, we open ourselves to divine download, to inner guidance, and to truth that liberates. Right here, right now, we acknowledge that the one true life, perfect, whole, and complete, is expressing through us, in us, and as us. I speak these words of truth knowing the presence of pure spirit is alive in each and every one in this space, online and in person. Each one is here by divine appointment, ready to be uplifted, expanded, and connected. We release all thought of limitation, doubt, and fear, and we affirm, I am receptive, I am available, I am aligned with the highest good. And by the spirit of divine entities bearing this work, we open ourselves for transformation, not just for ourselves, but for the collective soul of humanity. We open this service with holy expectation, knowing that transformation is not only possible, but it's inevitable when we surrender to divine will. The vibration of this sacred intention we enter a moment of stillness. Here, beyond words, beyond thoughts, is the source of all. Here we listen not with the ear, but with the ear of the heart. Let the still small voice guide you. Let truth embrace you. Be still and know that all is within. As we return from stillness, we bring with us a divine awareness of our purpose. Bless this service, any speaker, singer, and soul that will share. We affirm that this time together is powerful, sacred, and transformative. And so we say together, and so it is. Amen.
So it is.
In the stillness of the night, where dreams take flight, a whisper calls within my soul, igniting inner light. I rise from endless depths, embracing all that's true. A journey of a million stars, revealing something new. I am source, power me forever becoming the next expression of cosmic excellence. I am forever the medicine for magnificence and cosmic satisfaction. This is happening now and forever as my life. And so it is. Each breath a sacred melody, each heartbeat sings my name. In the tapestry of the universe, I feel no fear or shame. With every step I take, I weave the dreams that bind, connected to the infinite, a legacy the next expression of cosmic excellence. I am forever the medicine for magnificence and cosmic satisfaction. This is happening now and forever as my life, and so dancing in the starlight, I
Embrace the
embrace
flow. Embrace the flow. Embrace the flow.
as the universe unfolds. I let my spirit grow. In each moment I awaken to the love I hold inside, living in abundance.
This cosmic tide, I'm living in abundance.
Source, hold me forever becoming the next expression of cosmic excellence. I am forever the medicine for magnificence and cosmic satisfaction. This is happening now and forever as my life, and so it is. So here I stand, a timeless essence, master of my fate, heir of my presence, with love and light. I take my flight in this cosmic dance, and forever bright. In the stillness of the night,
Version 2.
where dreams take flight,
It's a good one. You need to send it ASAP.
whisper calls
Yes.
within my
Okay.
soul,
You need to send it to me ASAP.
igniting inner light. I rise from endless steps, embracing all that's true. A journey of a million stars, revealing something new. I am source, power me forever becoming the next expression of cosmic excellence. I am forever the medicine for magnificence. It's happening now and now.
This is my preferred what we call it.
Each Each breath a sacred melody, each heartbeat sings my name. In the tapestry of the universe, I feel no fear or shame. With every step I take, I weave the dreams that bind, connected to the infinite, a legacy defined. I am source, power me forever becoming the next expression of cosmic.
If we continue, we are not going to do today's session. Oh dear. What are your thoughts?
It's good. Very good.
Love it. I love it. I love it.
Should be out there.
I want to put some pictures to it and the lyrics. I'll try and do that today. Yeah. Right. So where did we end last week? Where did we end last week?
Right, asking what did we learn or where did we end?
Where did we end?
I think if I remember correctly, they talk about, in fact, that's the area that you ended, breaking the boundaries of what society has conferred on us. Your mind being your own prison. Yeah. Being able to transcend what society thinks you are. This site, the example of what we normally do say, oh, I'm black, so I can't do this. I'm African, so I can't do that. I'm a lady, I'm a man, so I can't do this. It's all because of what we have come to accept. That's what became to me. That's what society is saying, or that's what the majority, or that's what has been the norm. So we find ourselves walking in the same path, prisoning ourselves. But when we're able to break that boundary and know that we are not what we think we are not our thought. We are not what society think we are. You did make a quote. I put it down somewhere. Let me see if I can. But not everything we call real has the authority we give it. So you finish in those areas. Yeah.
And I recall that Brother Eben, when we were talking about the monkey mind.
But before you go on this morning, I started with the kids, and but I said I wasn't on last week. When you asked what's the monkey mind, as I looked at my face, it's any mind that thinks about banana.
That's a good one.
When the monkey eats banana, it's any mind that thinks about eating banana.
Yeah. It does a good one. So I think I just remembered he mentioned he asked a question about how we can improve single-mindedness and keep the monkey mind at bay, and we made efforts at answering that, and I did indicate that we will start from there. I just remembered. To be fair, I forgot, but as you were talking, I remembered. And we had a session with the boys this morning. The monkey mind is not your enemy. It's simply untrained, as they call it, untrained attention. Monkeys jump about because they haven't been given a stable place to stay. You know, they haven't been given a place they identified as their stay. That's where they bounce and jump about all over the place. And the same with our thoughts as well. When we fight thoughts, as we were discussing with the kids this morning, we give them energy. But when you observe them, they lose momentum. Joshua captured it in a beautiful sentence this morning. Jay, do you remember? Can you repeat that? Talking about I paraphrase it as, when you fight thoughts, you give them energy. When you observe them, they lose momentum. You said something when we started our session this morning. I've forgotten the exact statement, but I liked it. I didn't write it down.
About the monkey mind?
Yeah.
Oh.
You made, yeah. I'm not sure if you remember.
By listening to the monkey, you become the monkey, but by observing the monkey, you become the master. Is that it? Or
yeah, exactly. Yeah. By listening to the monkey, you become the monkey. But by observing the monkey, you become the master. And I think that captures it in a way that I think is easier to remember. When you fight thoughts, you give them energy. And when you just become a passive observer and observe them, you dominate them, and they lose their momentum. And I believe that based on my personal observation, I've come to accept that you don't silence mind. You can't silence mind. You can't. But you only outgrow the noise of mind. And often I was sharing this with some, I think 3 days ago, we were having a chat, and I was saying, now, you know, sometimes you're trying to concentrate. Okay, let's say you are trying, that in itself is even a problem, trying to concentrate. But let's say, for want of a better word, let's use that phrase. And there's a lot of noise around you. And instantly your attention and your focus goes to the noise outside of you. And you are thinking if the noise outside of you calms down, you will be able to concentrate. But that's a fallacy, it's an illusion. What makes you feel agitated by the noise outside is because you have not discovered and found peace, serenity, quiet, and stillness within yourself. Growing up, there was this story about Bantamahine, where, you know, if you know where the Bantamahines palace is, just he's on top of he's on the top story, and just at the bottom, at the base, are just bars and pubs. You know how Bantama High Street is like, pubs and bars everywhere. And the story goes like the boys were making a lot of noise through the night, like blaring, blasting. And he sent one of the inquired to go tell them to shut it down because Nana is trying to get some sleep. And when this gentleman went, someone was sleeping right next to this, to the stereos. He was sleeping next to the speakers, like snoring. And I was like, you need to find a way to sleep with, because when there's someone is sleeping next to the stereo and they are even sleeping, you're up here claiming you can't sleep. You understand? So hope us all down, but it's because when you haven't found that stillness, that quiet within, we always look outside. We think that something outside has got to be perfect before we find perfection within. Something outside has got to fit the circumstance. It's got to be okay out there before I get okay on the inside. It's an illusion. Most of our frustration comes from there. It's never like that. The same old analogy that I've given a few times. I think Norman Vincent Peale said it first, and I heard Windai also say it, and it beautifully captures it. And I think when I thought about it, I realized Norman Vincent Peale probably got it from the Jesus story, where he says a woman loses a coin on the inside and turns on the light within and searches every nook and cranny to find the coin. It's quite ironical, and it's stupid to lose something in the house, and rather than turning on the light inside or searching in the house to find it, because there's lights out in the street, you go in the streets to look for something which was lost on the inside. That is the cycle and the circle of most of us. We haven't identified how to illness within. So we always think, something outside of us is disturbing us. Something outside of us is a distraction. The distraction is from within, and then you cast the reflection on the without. And now you want what is without to change so that you can feel peace on the inside. It doesn't work like that. I don't have any other way to say it. If anyone thinks contrary to that, that's fine. But this is just my belief. You can never silence the mind. You only learn to outgrow the noise it creates. And to borrow Joshua's word, if you listen and interact with the monkey, you become the monkey. If you observe the monkey, you become his master. I love that. The mind feels shattered because the life that it runs is also shattered. Simple as that. The practice I've started about a month and a bit ago. Well, so every morning I used to do I don't do to-do list anymore anyway, but I do my to-feel list every morning before I wake up. And I just close my eyes and 3 feelings I want to carry with me in my day. Feel empowered, feel ecstatic today. So I'm feeling empowered, feeling ecstatic, feeling serene. Are the feelings I am carrying into my day today. Feeling empowered, feeling ecstatic, and feeling serene. And added to that, I've added the phrase, today I give full mind to, and just sit and watch what comes through. What am I giving my attention to? What am I giving my mind? And just intuit it. That's not, these practices aren't long. You see? They are not long. One boy that I'm working with had asked a question to the one who introduced them to me, because I recommended to him to meditate. It's like, uncle, I struggle when I sit because the video I sent him was like 20 minutes long. I know I really struggle with this. I'm like, okay. Nobody needs long meditation. What for? You don't. 5-10 minutes daily of sitting upright, eyes closed or eyes relaxed, breathing naturally, watching breathing happen, and your attention resting in awareness itself is all you need. That's all you need. What is the point of sitting down still for 2 hours, 3 hours and experiencing serenity, and then you spend the remaining 21 hours of your day in turmoil? What's the point? I'd rather sit still 5 minutes every hour or 5 minutes every 2 hours carry that stillness with me, carry that awareness, carry that attention with me, carry that mind with me throughout my day, then experience an hour or 2 hours of serenity, and then the rest of my day spend it with my mind in just utter chaos. I don't know if anyone disagrees, but you know, because we were just dealing with the question you brought up last week, and I said that we will take time and start from there. To allow your attention to return to the felt experience. Felt experience. When we do our meditative practice or our reflective time, and I say that you feel your feet, feel your breath, feel your spine, let thoughts pass without commentary, without participating in it. All this is happening you to do, all this is helping you with. It's helping ground your attention, it's helping ground your awareness. That is all. Then you can mute the noise. I ended off this session with the kids. I think the point that was made before we ended our session this morning with the kids is also quite key in maintaining or cultivating the single mind. A mind that is overly stimulated can never be single. A mind that is on constant send with dopamine cannot be single. So watch what you listen, watch what you watch, or you see, watch what you hear, watch your interactions. Wasted time is worse than wasted money. Audit, do a critical social media audit. The amount of bottles that is on social media, it really worries me. I get as a phenomenon. Because everywhere you turn, it's just, audited. The news, your conversations, notifications. I'm sure I've shared this with us before, that I am constantly auditing my life. And last year I realized that I'm very distracted. And that distraction hides in me thinking I can juggle a lot of things at once. It's a deception. In as much as I'd known this to be a deception, a part of me had also thought, I've got so much to do, I've got so much to do. And I've been doing a lot of shallow work. At the back end of last year, I decided to really immerse myself in deep work. This book changed me, Indestructible. Become my manual. The yellow book changed me. It's still changing me. So I'm learning how to delay my distraction. So let's say I'm working, for instance, and Pastor K sends something on my phone, and there's the urgency for me to immediately react to it because I know he's saying something silly and I just want to have a laugh. I'm like, you know what? I'm not saying I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to attend to. I am setting time. I'm creating time to deal with that. So what that means is, all right, I'll attend to this in 30 minutes. So I've seen it, but I want to just focus on what I'm doing for the next 30 minutes. And after 30 minutes, I'll give myself permission to attend to that. What that does is it makes you own your attention, and it makes you own your present. So I don't go on WhatsApp. I do not go on WhatsApp the first hour on waking up. I don't, regardless whatever the emergency is. I don't. I pick my phone in the morning. It's like the mornings that I want to play something on it. And there are days my routine doesn't require any music. It doesn't require any guided meditation. It doesn't require anything. It's just me just sat lying in stillness for half an hour, 40 minutes. And feeling my body, listening to what my body is telling me, listening to what spirit is dropping in. Why do I need my phone for that? See, I don't. So muting the distraction. And I've put my hands up. I've now accepted that multitasking doesn't work. What we call multitasking is actually attention switching. You just switch attention, alternatively, and you think you're multitasking. It's not effective. Pick one thing, focus on, complete it. Go to the next. Focus on it, complete it. Eat that frog. And one thing that I have been thinking about this. There are four things. There are four habits that I want to develop. I want to improve this week. 4 habits that I want to improve this week. I'll share with you. It's only because we're talking about improving single-mindedness. Before we go into the subject for today. So guys, just bring my attention to it in case I forget. Having meal times without screens, whether TV, phone, whatever. Something that this week, I say it publicly so that you can hold me accountable. Having meal times without screens. There's one that came to my mind yesterday, but I'm like, no, this one I don't really have to punish myself. Like going for my walks without headphones. Without my phone, I'm like, no, because I use that to also listen to music. And sometimes that's when I also get a chance to catch up with my girls. So I can't ditch that one. But it's one of those things. And ultimately, 3rd, speaking without rehearsing replies. So in conversations, absorbing what people are, because I'm bad for it. And I've realized that I've been doing this for a while. Even before I became aware that I was doing it. When I'm having conversation with someone, instantly I switch to spirit. And then I literally, it's now become second nature, so I don't even try, it just happens. And I consciously stop myself from just listening to what they're saying on the surface or what the conversation is on the surface. And I allow my spirit to pick up details about the conversation. So someone can be talking to me and I have intuitively caught to the solution 15, 17 lines down, but the failing on my part is the edge is there to just jump to it because I've seen that. What is what you say? The solution is there. And I've come to understand that people, when they are not in that zone yet of appreciating that, they feel like you're cutting them short. They feel like you're not giving them the chance to speak. They feel like you're stifling them. So even though we are eventually going to get there, how to allow myself to let people talk, because sometimes that is all they want to do. They just want to talk because the talking makes them feel heard. They make them feel, okay, I've got it on my chest. So, okay, just allow that to be, and don't not rehearse replies as people are speaking. Most of us do that sometimes, where in a conversation, rather than being immersed and absorbed in the presence of the communication, all we are doing is just waiting for our turn to speak. So you don't even listen to what the person is saying. They say a word, they say a sentence, it triggers you, and you are rehearsing an answer in your head, and that's because that's where you want to start from. And you probably miss something they would have said subsequently, which even they didn't require you to even rehearse the replies that you are rehearsing. It's a communication blocker, it's a flow blocker, and it doesn't help. See, my mind, and I believe that's the mind of a lot of us, just that we haven't thought about it. It doesn't entertain open loops. Open loops are a distraction. So I always, like I talk, Emma knows this, I talk and she sees it as nagging, but it's not nagging, it's because I've still got questions in my mind that I can't find answers to. And when I get answers, that is it. But when I can't find answers to it and it appears like always an open question, my mind is busy looking for something to close the loop, and because that's how the brain is, the brain is wired. But because most of us don't realize that, we don't realize the amount of clutter we've got in our head with loads of unanswered questions, which drains us without us even realizing it. When you're able to pick one thing, complete it fully, you help your mind to rewire, as opposed to just have loose connections everywhere in your mind. And then it's clutter. You feel unease, you feel the stress, you are tired without even knowing why you are tired. You are just feeding the monkey. The mind is on constant chatter, running commentaries on your life. Oh, why did he do this? Why has he done this? Oh, why is he thinking like this? Why is he saying this way? Why this? Why that? And why that? And why that? And you just send yourself in a rabbit hole. Closure. Notice the thoughts, and don't engage in it. I'm not sure, Mr. Osewunsu, if this, what's it called, it answers the question. Thank you, sir. So I can promise you this: every time you allow awareness to take the lead, your mind will always be at peace. The mind will always settle. When you're feeling startled and you're feeling like your mind is not settled, it's because awareness is not leading. The conditioned mind is leading. The awareness isn't leading. So today, we are talking, or still, as I said, this year we know that we're making shift happen. We are on hacking the matrix. And we're going to start with what is I've seen a comment from someone. Is there a question or something?
From Brother Eben. He says, I love the transparency from your experience, even as a leader.
Thank you, sir. And we're looking at what really reality is, and reality is never what we think and what we make it to be. I call it the frame before the method. And I'm aiming for us to do this in 3 parts. Okay. Characteristic, I know that will probably end up being 4 or 5, but that's fine. We'll probably deal with this until Valentine, until we do a mini love series for Valentine. Yeah. And yeah, the frame before the meeting. Last Friday, we were on not a conversation, but examining the narratives. And I was sharing something. We were talking about nature. And I was saying that every doctrine, every spiritual insight, every esoteric idea came to meet the wisdom of nature. Nature trumps scripture. Before man could ever think of Genesis, nature is. Before Abraham is, I is. Do you agree? So the framework of reality has existed even before we started to reflect philosophically about what reality is and what consciousness is and what quality is. I read Vadim Zeland's book on reality transurfing. I came across it 4 years. In fact, it was 2020 was when I came across that book. 2020, and I started to read it, dropped it, picked it up again, dropped it, and then in 2022 it became my textbook for the year. Learning the concepts, applying which I can, and it shaped the way I see life yet again. So the bulk of the year we will also spend, as part of our alignment series, we will spend looking at reality transurfing, because that situates perfectly within Academatrix. And we are doing this not as a trend. It's not as another obsession with self-help. No, that's not it. But I want us to use this as a radical frame or radical reframing of how reality behaves and how we are, or how ourselves as humans, we participate in reality. So before we even go into lifelines and alternatives, I want us to, here's a question that we've asked before, we've asked a few times in our sessions. But for the sake of what we are discussing, I'll just go into it again. What do we even mean when we say reality? Augmented reality, artificial reality. What do we mean when we say reality? What comes to your mind when you say reality? What comes to your mind? We're just doing an intro today, so we'll be wrapping up in a few minutes. So just bear with that. Anyone? Is Samuel still here? Is reality a fixed object we are trapped inside? Or what? What is reality? And I expect a lot of input from yourself, Samuel, because of the things that you are engaged in. What is reality?
Reality is
everything that we see or feel, sense around us, just our environment where we exist.
So everything we see, feel, the things that are around us in our environment. Okay, that's what you see or what you deem as reality. Okay. Anyone else? So the things, so the things we don't see, are they not real, or can they be classed as reality? The things we don't see, feel, or experience in our environment, can they not be classed as reality?
Just the stuff that exists, whether you can feel it or see it or not.
Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you. Any more? Any more? So Mr. Bonsu is saying reality is very fluid and not fixed. Okay. Any more?
Well, I was going to say the same thing in the lines of what Brother Ibn has said. It's not material. It's a spiritual construct that goes beyond the sense. Reality is what we permit in our experience.
Anyone else?
I think reality is perspective. As Samuel defined, it's what is your reality might not be someone else's reality. So it's based or is seen from the individual's perspective.
Jay. Are we going even to our Jay?
What reality is?
Yeah.
Not really, no.
Okay.
Yeah, just add it's same as like Sophomami said again. It's differs from person to person. It's the outer projection of deeper inner state. So what will be my reality might be different from your reality. Like when you're working and you think it's 11:11, so I should go to work and not bombard the page with unnecessary stuff. For me, it's not 11:11. My reality is just the time for me to have fun necessarily. So it's just what it is. It's not material. It's not fixed. It's what you are experiencing within. That's what is coming out. That's what you're seeing.
Can we change reality?
Can we change reality? I think we
Yes.
can.
Is reality adaptable?
Yeah.
Is it adaptable? I think it is.
But Ben said fluid. He used the word fluidity.
I agree because there are a lot of things that in the past was real to me, but now it's not. It's not. And there's a lot of things that I thought it wasn't possible, wasn't real. Now I see them happening. So it's yeah.
As you're talking, something that Spinoza said came to mind. He says that reality is not split into, he sees reality as everything God. I'm going to just pick from like different philosophical perspectives, and we'll probably end it there. We'll get into the meat of it next week. And I think of all the definitions, of all the I'll say definitions and explanations that I've come across, one that really resonates with me at a core level, the reality is oneness. It's oneness, it's inclusion. All together now. Now, sharing someone an old message from Rupert Spira, because we were talking and we were having a discussion about the past, the now, and the future. And I remember something and I was trying to explain something to them, and they appeared to be in disagreement. And I remembered that there is an old Rupert Spira video that I'd done on TikTok, and I remade it because the old video at that time, my editing skills weren't that great. I didn't have very decent tools, so I remade that video and shared it with them. You know how we've got this idea that as if when we talk about now, as if now is a segment of time that is sandwiched between the past and the future. See? Oh, sometimes that's what we think. But what we don't realize is that the now is a continuous come again. The now is a continuous presence. The now is that which we reference at the past, and it's still that which we will reference and look forward to as future. So then, what Ariel said years ago becomes apparent. That there's no such thing as tomorrow, for when tomorrow comes, it only becomes today. You know? The moment the future you're looking to appears is still now. The now is eternal, and it never stops. It's everlasting eternal. And that is reality. That is reality. Which also dictates that there's no a God out over there in the sky somewhere far removed from us, from a world we are in over here, but to one substance, oneness. One substance, oneness. One infinite reality that is expressing itself at all form. One resolve of consciousness. So in that view, you are not some small creature trying to beg reality for scraps. You are not some small creature trying to beg God to give you something, to do something for you, to make something for you because you're so pathetic. You are a mode and an expression of reality itself. That's where very small nugget also comes in handy, that you aren't on a journey in life, but you are the journey of life. You are reality. You are reality itself. I love how Mr. Watts puts it when he talks about illusions, and he says that I love that statement. I love Alan Watts. I just can't get it out of my head. He says that the biggest illusion is that you feel like you are some isolated ego inside a bag of skin. And you are facing a separate world out there that you think is reality. Oh, Charlie, I'm talking reality. This is the real. This is what I'm saying is reality. What you are talking about there is theory, and I just laugh. All practice comes from theory. Well, if you're a science student, we teach you theory, you go do practicals. Theory precedes practice, and then we use practice to enhance theory. The two are not mutually exclusive. It's first thought we think of it. We did this and that happened. Why did that happen? Oh, okay. So if this has happened as a result of this, what will happen if we do this? Let's try. That's how we've evolved. Theory and practice, and you can't separate them. It's an illusion to even think that they are mutually exclusive. So when someone is talking theories, because your practice or your experience hasn't matched up to the theory, you see that you consider it as abstract. I'm sure years back, if people were to talk about how we can snap pictures and instantly it's going to be on someone's phone, that would be so theoretical. But now we are living the reality of it.
I don't mean to call you. This morning before the case study service, I was logging. I was looking at this. I was reading the news on Google, and I saw a caption that I read a bit. 20 famous people who became famous after their death. 20 people that most of them, apart from Tesla, that I've heard of, most of them I've never heard of. And the sort of things that they did or they say or the writings they wrote, the poetry they wrote, that they were chastised, some were killed for it. Now that is what we are using now.
Yeah.
That's what we are using. That's what the world is using. All these things that we are seeing, the advancement of this world comes from these 20 people, the things that they said, the writings they did, that they were chastised, they were bashed, some were even killed. We are using them now. So you are right to say that.
When your consciousness, when your awareness hasn't arisen yet to the supposed theory, you think, oh, it's just theory, but we just give it time. Once you experience it, you realize that theory and practice aren't exclusive to each other. They are one and the same. See? The story of our lives. So the aim of this is to get us to rise together with our world. The front and the back of a coin are still the same coin. So we aren't trying to force life to obey us. But what we are really doing in transurfing reality is asking yourself the question constantly, how do I return to harmony with the deeper currents within me that are already moving? How do I harmonize the outside with the inside? And Vaishnav makes us do this with every meditation. So as you close your eyes and you are engaging with the mental pictures, you open your eyes, you turn your head to the left and see as far as you can see. The right, you see as far as you can see. You close your eyes again, and all that is doing is you are harmonizing what is on the outside with what is within, and acknowledging that they aren't two separate worlds, they aren't two separate things, they are one and the same. Bringing in that harmony. But someone might feel, oh, I'm doing my meditation, I open my eyes and the meditation is spoiled, because you're thinking that the meditation is something that you do. The meditation is you. It's you attuning, you harmonizing with all that is within and without. So, reality and consciousness, one and the same. Bodies may change, experiences may change, the scenes may change, but awareness remains constant. Reality remains constant. So in that vein, reality is not something that merely appears. It is also the space of awareness, the space of knowing in which all that appears and all that happens. Consciousness. So it's never something out there. It's what is shaped on our inside, what is shaped within us. So our reality is. See? And when I said that, something that Carl Jung says, which I really love, he says that when the unconscious is unseen, we call it fate. See? When things we can't put our minds around, things we don't see, events we don't see crop up on us, we call it fate, because we call it unexpected, because we didn't have an awareness of it. The unseen unconscious. It's what we call fate. The unconscious, when it creeps on us, when it creeps on us, we call this, we refer to it as fate. And then it becomes reality of a sort. I didn't see this coming. So what we fail to recognize within us, we meet as the world. Think about it. What you fail to recognize within you is what boxes in on you, and oh wow, you call it reality, because you have failed to recognize it yet. You are not abreast with the theory. Are you with me? I've started reading Ishak Ben Tov's book. I was going to buy you a copy, but I knew you wouldn't read it, so I didn't bother. I decided to buy a copy for Pastor Prince instead. Stalking the Wild Pendulum. Are you saying something? I'm not going to lie to you. I was going to buy you one, but I said, I'm going to cry. He's not going to read this book. Let me know.
I'm reading, pal. If I show them, I'm reading.
So yeah, you are free to borrow my copy to read at some point if you want. And if you like it, you can go and buy your own copy.
If I buy my own copy and I don't read, that one I will not pay you.
It doesn't bother me.
If you buy your money and I don't read.
If I need to buy it with my money for you not to read it, you will pay me. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. So, and in his open comments in his book, he says something that I really love. He says that he looks at reality as a cosmic metaphor. In truly is as being layered, vibratory, and structured like a nested fields. He's a scientist, so I can understand why he captures it like that. And it's like worlds within worlds, So when you think that you've experienced all of the world of this world and think that's all there is, you hit the boundary that brings you into another world, and it brings you into another world, and it brings you into another world, and it brings you into another world. It never ends. We see in part, we prophesy in part. Where our perception tunes us to a band of experience. As we were talking about with the kids this morning, as we know, as we are here, the various transmissions going around this. I don't know what's happening on BBC now, but it doesn't mean BBC is not broadcasting. Are you with me? I don't know what's going on Sky or Fox or Al Jazeera, any of those right now as I'm speaking, but it doesn't mean they aren't transmitting. They are transmitting. I'm just not tuned in. We live in a world of parallel realities. And what you open yourself up to dictates or determines what exists consciously in your sphere as reality. So we can't separate reality from frequencies, from resonance, and from nested dimensions as well, as Bentov says, because we're constantly evolving, we're constantly finding out truth, we're constantly finding things that are shaping us and changing the way we see life. But unfortunately, sometimes our conditioning gets in the way. And when life is pulling us to re-examine how we've seen things, we still want it to fit and conform to how we've always known it to be, how we've always desired it. And then we get frustrated. Are there any questions or any additions? And then we wrap up. Are there any questions or additions whilst we wrap up? In the absence of any such, I want us to welcome ourselves to ponder on what has come through to us this morning, this afternoon. Ponder on it. Feel it. Let's sit to it.
You're on mute if you're talking.
If every, just ponder on it. With every breath, with every heartbeat, allow the truth you've heard shine through. Just sit with it for a minute. Remind yourself, even in this time, you are beyond criticism. You are immune to flattery. You are beneath no one and you are superior to none. Fearless. From this space, from this place, allow every of your actions to emerge naturally from love and awareness. But this is the ultimate matrix hack. We aren't escaping reality. We are only outgrowing the illusion. So that we can remember who we are and live awake. And as we sat, one prayer of St. Thomas Aquinas, which I love, just come to my heart. Used to pray this in secondary school. And I want to share this, and I want you to connect with it. O ineffable Creator, who from the treasures of your wisdom have established 3 hierarchies of angels, arrayed them in marvelous order above the fairy heavens, and have marshaled the regions of the universe with such artful skill and mastery. You have proclaimed the true front of light and wisdom, and the primal origin raised high beyond all things. Pour forth a ray of your brightness into the darkened places of my mind. Disperse from my soul the twofold darkness into which I was born, which is sin and ignorance. You make eloquent the tongues of infants. And out of the mouth of babes you have ordained strength to silence your adversaries. Refine my speech. Pour forth upon my lips the goodness of your blessing. Grant me keenness and alertness of mind, retentivity and the capacity to remember, the skill in learning and doing, the subtlety to interpret, and eloquence in speech. May you guide the beginning of our work to the very end, direct its progress, and bring it to full completion and beauty. You who are true God and true man, who live and reign, world without end. Amen. Shalom and life as you. From the place, from the core, love, purity, peace, and harmony. I bless you. I bless you. God bless you. Amen. Bye-bye. See you next week.